bitches, how are you? Okay, so I'm gonna be moving in a few days, so today's a little crazy. I need to find a mattress, a box spring, either online or go to a store. I have to clean where I'm at right now with my parents, and I need to pack up some stuff here. My pod is going to be delivered, so I'm going to have all of that goodness and everything. But I wanted to do a story time for you guys real quick. This is actually a dream. This is a dream I had last night, and my body is like physically like ill because of this dream. So if it's something you would like to watch, please continue. I had a dream last night that, well, first of all, let's like start from the beginning. So I don't know exactly how I acquired this money, but I think I did something illegal. So my friend Allie, she actually is getting married, and she was just messaging me about her like wedding, and so that's why I think she was in the dream. So my friend Allie and I somehow acquired a large sum of money. I acquired $2 million, and Allie acquired about the same amount of money, like I think a little bit less, like 1.5 million or something. And I had the 2 million in my purse. In the dream, my purse was a Louis Vuitton bag. It was like the generic speedy bag, and I had it in the hotel room with the money in it. And Allie and I went downstairs to go get something to eat. And before we left, I had the do not disturb sign on the door. I shut the door, I go downstairs. I went to Allie's room first. By the way, I have super vivid dreams. This is something I've had my whole life, because I've like talked about my dreams with other people, and they were like, you remember so much, and there's so much like detail. That's just, I don't know if it's because I'm dyslexic or what, just like how my brain works. Like I see, and I dream in color and in black and white. Like some people only dream in black and white, some people only dream in color. But I dream dual, like in both colors and black and white. But I've always just had super vivid dreams, and I normally can remember them a lot. Like I normally remember like everything about my dreams. So I go to Allie's room, and Allie was like about to grab her bag, and I was like, oh, you're bringing your bag with the money in it? And she was like, yeah. I was like, no, just like leave it in the room, put the do not disturb sign up, like let's go. So Allie puts the do not disturb sign up. We go downstairs to get something to eat, and we go back up, and this was like beautiful. Like the hotel we were at, it was in Mexico, and it was beautiful. It was like there were these huge big palm trees, and it was super sunny, and like we ate, and I remember like the food being really good, and I just like I can't remember like tasting anything, but I can remember just like being like, wow, this is so good. This is like such a good idea to come to Mexico. And we like went outside, walked around, and then we went back inside, and we went to change or something. I think we were gonna go to the pool or something. So I go to one room, Allie goes to her room. I open the door, and I notice immediately that the do not disturb sign is off the door. And I open the room, and the bed was made, and my bag was gone. And I was like searching around for the bag. So I was like searching for the bag, and as I'm searching for the bag, the door swings open, and Allie runs in, and Allie's like, my bag was stolen, my bag was stolen. And I was like, oh my God, my bag was stolen too. Because at this point, like I didn't really realize it was stolen, because I was just like looking around frantically, because it happened so quickly. So then Allie's like, oh my God, oh my God. So I call the front desk, and I'm like, what, I had my do not disturb sign up, but a maid must have come by because my bag is gone. My bag was stolen. And the girl on the phone, and it's weird because like I saw in the dream, I saw the girl like talking. Like it wasn't just like, it was almost like a split screen. Like I saw me talking to her, and then I saw her talking, and she was like, oh yeah, your maid definitely stole your bag. This happens all the time. Welcome to Mexico. And I was like, and I like look at Allie, and Allie's like, what'd she say? What'd she say? And I'm like, she says this happens all the time. And it definitely was the maid. And Allie's like, what? So I was like, well, where is the maid now? And she's like, oh, well, let me look up. She's like, it had to be cilantro. Like her name in the dream was cilantro. She's like, has to be cilantro. But the way she said it was like cilantro or something. So I was like, cilantro? She's like, cilantro? Like I was like, can you repeat the name? And she kept repeating it. And I was like, in the dream, in my mind, I like, when she was saying the name, I like could not write it down. Like, I was like, what is it? And she was like, cilantro. And I was like, cilantro? And I was like trying to write the name and I like couldn't write it down on the piece of paper. And I was like, what is it? What is it? And she kept repeating it. And I was like, I'm gonna come down there. Can you write it down on a piece of paper for me? And can you write her last name down and her address? And the girl was like, of course. And I was like, okay. So I was like, Allie, let's go. So we're in like bathing suit, or no, we're not in bathing suits yet. But like the outfits we were wearing were like, kind of like Mexico day dresses, like flowy and big, like stuff you would get at like Talbot's or something, you know, like big, like flowy, like we were just like, we were not dressed like criminals. We were dressed like we were like housewives on a vacation in Mexico. So we run downstairs and the girl at the front desk is like, there's like a line of people in front of us. So I like go around the line and I'm like, hi, we just called you. And she's like, oh, there's a line. I'm like, our bags were stolen. And like everybody in line like turns, they're like, so were ours. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why was there not like a Yelp review about this bag stealing? Like everyone seems to have had their purse stolen from this place. Like literally everyone in line was like, happened to me too. But I'm thinking these people, they didn't have millions of dollars in their bags, which I'm not really sure how the hell I even acquired it. But I knew it wasn't on the up and up because we didn't call the police. We weren't like, all we like knew is that we have to get these bags back from Cilantro, this criminal mastermind maid, who made a hell of a bed. So Allie and I are like standing in the line. We're like waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. There's kind of like a time lapse going on while we're waiting for the receptionist so we can get the information for Cilantro. And so we get up there and I'm like, please give me Cilantro's spelling of her first and last name and how we can, like, where she lives. And the lady's like, I forget exactly what she said. She said something about like, she was like, here is Cilantro's information. And it was like slow motion. And I was like, thank you. And I like looked at it and it was just her first and last name and an email address. And I was like, you wanna like email this bitch? Like, hey, hi, you stole my purse and my friend's purse. We would like them back, please. Thank you, XOXO, KristenKelly. Like, I was like, what the hell? Like, her email address? No, I need her physical address. And the girl's like, oh, I don't know exactly where Cilantro lives. But you can email her. She normally gets back to the emails pretty fast. And I was like, what? Like, what the hell is going on? So I don't know what happened for like, there was like a big blank period of time. But the next thing I know, I'm on the beach with Allie and we have found this gang of guys. They are like a gang. However, this gang was kind of like a boy group. Like everybody in the group looked like an Abercrombie & Fitch model. Like most of them were topless, like showing off their beautiful physiques. And we were somehow in this gang now. Like, I think we just like approached them. We were like, somebody stole our bags. And they were like, oh, well, we're a gang. Like, they're like gangbangers, but they look like Abercrombie & Fitch models. They're like, well, we're a gang. If you want to join our gang, we can help you find this maid who has stolen your purses with, like, but we didn't tell them that there was money in the purses. We just said that they stole our purses. That's it. They were like, we can help you find your purses. So we were like, okay. I mean, these guys are super hot also. Like, all right. I mean, hey, if you want to help us, that's cool. So I remember like going through and asking people like, do you know Cilantro? And people were like, oh yeah, Cilantro. Like, she's always selling nice bags. And I was like, ah. I just spilled coffee on my white sweatshirt. Beautiful. And on my leg. So, what was I gonna say? Oh, so Allie was like, Chris, I am really hungry. Can we get something to eat? And I'm like, can we get something to eat, Allie? Cilantro has our purses and our money, and we are running around Mexico with a gang that looks like a boy band. We don't have time to sit at a restaurant and get something to eat. And she's like, I know that a lot is going on right now, but I'm really hungry. And I'm like, what? She's like, look, I'm just gonna pop into this restaurant, 45 minutes max, get something to eat. And I'm like, Allie, we have to find cilantro. Like, TikTok. Like, as soon as she opens our bags, if she hasn't already, she's going to see the money, and then we are never gonna find her. Our only hope is that this bitch thinks that she just has our bags, that she doesn't know about the money. So Allie's like, really starving, gonna go get a cocktail, gonna get something to eat, 45-minute max. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll go with the band and I will find our purses because you're starving. And she's like, yeah, just text me. And I'm like, just text you? Like, what is going on? So Allie, like, leaves and, like, I'm like, fuck this bitch. Like, is this seriously happening? So I'm like, come on. And in my dream, honestly, it was like, you know how the bags for Abercrombie and Fitch, like they had the models on the bags? It kind of was like those guys were like, it's like they didn't really talk. Like, I don't really remembering like much of what they said. They were just like there, you know, almost like backup. So I finally find cilantro. I go into this place that somebody said that they thought they saw cilantro. So I go into this bar and I find cilantro. Oh, well, no, I see somebody who I think is cilantro from the description, but everybody kind of looks similar in the dream. Like, people's, like, faces aren't, like, super descriptive or, like, super, you know, there's not a lot of, like, characteristics to the people's faces. So I go up to this person who I think is cilantro. Oh, cilantro also, I find out, is transsexual. So I see cilantro and I think that it's cilantro, but it's not cilantro. But the person goes, oh, you're looking for cilantro? And when they say that, I see this other person run out of the back. So I know that that is cilantro that just ran out of the back because I've seen a lot of TV. So I start running, and when I'm running, it's like kind of slow motion. I'm kind of like slow-mo running after cilantro, and I can like feel the boy band kind of like behind me. So I get outside. Cilantro is like really tall and big, but for some reason, I somehow jumped on cilantro and tackled cilantro to the ground. So all of a sudden, scene change. We are now in like what appears to be a like an empty room, kind of like an movies, how they have like a, you know, that like that scene where they're interrogating somebody. It was kind of like that, like an empty warehouse or something. No idea how it got there, no idea how we got cilantro there. I really don't remember, but cilantro is sitting there and has a bag over her head. So we ripped the bag off of cilantro's head, and I'm like, where is my purse? And note that I've never seen cilantro before, cilantro never seen me before. So to cilantro, she has stolen many of a purse. So she's like, what bag was yours? And I was like, a Louis Vuitton bag. And she's like, be more descriptive. I was like, it was Louis Vuitton bag that was like, you know, a speedy, and it was from this hotel room at this hotel that you were made at. And I was like, where are the bags? Like, where are the bags you have? So she will not give up the information of where the bag is. So all of a sudden, we're like torturing cilantro. But when I say this, I can't remember, like, I don't think I ever like saw cilantro being tortured. I just knew that cilantro was tortured. I just knew the boy band was like torturing cilantro, but I'm not exactly sure how. But we're torturing and questioning cilantro about where the bags are. And we're not getting much information. All of a sudden, my friend Allie texts me, and she's like, where are you? So I send her a pin. She finds us. She comes there, and she's drunk, and she's like holding a mimosa. And she's like holding a mimosa, and she's like, oh, so this is cilantro? Where are the bags? And I'm like, where are the bags, you ungrateful bitch? Where the hell have you been? You've been like out like brunching. You're having a cocktail. I'm over here with this boy band trying to you know, we're like torturing somebody looking for our purses. Like, you know, not even like, oh, good, you found her. Like, not even like a praise or like, oh, I brought you a cocktail or something to eat. Like, I was like, this fucking bitch right now. So I'm like kind of mad at Allie. Allie's like all like blah, blah, blah. Allie goes up to cilantro and throws her drink at cilantro's face and was like, where is my purse, you bitch? And I'm at this point like, we're never gonna get these purses back. This bitch is not gonna give up the information because we've already been torturing her. Allie just threw a drink in her face, which in my mind, that was like so much worse. In the dream, I was like, if she gets a drink thrown in her face and she doesn't tell us, we're never gonna find out. Like, I don't know why. But at that point, when Allie threw the drink in her face and she didn't tell us, I was like, we are never going to find our purses. So somehow, at some point, Cilantro broke free, and Cilantro grabbed Allie and put Allie like this and had a knife and was like trying to like leave, and I like jumped trying to get Allie out of Cilantro's arms, and Cilantro stabbed me in the arm right here, and I woke up. I think I was just sleeping on my, I don't actually think I was stabbed. I was sleeping on my arm weird. So I think my brain was like, you were stabbed, wake up. Because as soon as I was stabbed, I had a stabbing pain and I woke up. And now my arm hurts so bad, like my shoulder hurts. So I definitely think I was like sleeping on my arm weird. So my brain was like, you were stabbed, wake the hell up. But yeah, so I don't know what happened. That was the end of the dream. I got stabbed. Maybe I died. I don't know. But yeah, that's my dream. I have like really crazy dreams all the time. So if you guys like this, I can do more. You know, a lot of times my dreams are really scary. I don't know if I died in a past life, drowning or what, but I have dreams all the time about drowning, like being in a car and drowning in the car, crazy stuff. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.